We supply who buy. Walk in your trap and take over your trap. Walk in your trap and take over your trap.
What's up, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Nick, and this is Ballin in the Blitz. Man, thank God it's September already. We're finally here. I don't know about y'all, but I love September all the way to December, man. That's when it starts to cool down. I love the cool weather, and they stack all the good fights, man. Like, those are when all the good fights are happening. I mean, for example, this weekend we got Ciryl Gane and Tuivasa. That's why y'all are tuning in. We're going to get into that. I mean, we got college football starting up tonight with Pittsburgh versus West Virginia. Dude, I'm excited about that one. And then NFL starts in a week. Like, let's go. But yeah, man, let's get right into this fight. It's fight night, first time in France or Paris, whatever. And it's going to be a good fight, man. I'm excited about this one. Tuivasa, the dude's a dog. This is a weird one because it's two different type of styles of fights, right? So Ciryl Gane is more like technical. And on the other hand, Tuivasa is more of a brawler. I mean, we've seen it when he fought Derrick Lewis. Like, I'm a big Derrick Lewis fan, and I was rooting for Derrick Lewis the whole fight. I thought he was gonna pull through, but it didn't happen. He got too close in the clinch. He thought he could hang with Tuivasa, and I thought he could too, but caught him a couple times with a good combo, a couple elbows, and knocked Derrick Lewis out. So we know for sure off of that fight that Tuivasa is definitely a brawler. But yeah, man, they're two different type of fighters. Like I said, Ciryl Gane is a technical fighter. He's really quick, you know. He's fast on his feet. Dude is like stupid fast on his feet. Now we seen when he fought Francis Ngannou, even though he lost, when he fought Francis, he's quick, man. And Francis had to go in there with a game plan, you know. And Francis is usually known to be a brawler, so it was a shock to, I'm pretty sure, everybody that Francis went in there, you know, looking to wrestle, which is what Ciryl Gane usually does, right? But yeah, he's not just a wrestler, he's just a technical fighter, man. He's really smart. You can tell when he's in that octagon, he's looking for the right move. He's really careful. You know, it's hard to catch that dude, you know. Yeah, but he's just real good on his feet, man. That's the main thing. And I think if Tuivasa wants to win this fight, he's gonna need a combo. I don't think you're gonna be able to get Ciryl Gane with that one hit, you know, that one hitter quitter. You're not gonna be able to get him with that. I mean, he's just too much of reach. Like, dude, there's like almost a whole foot of reach with this guy. Like, he's got way more reach than Tuivasa. But yeah, if he wants to take Ciryl Gane out, he's gonna have to get him with a combo. Maybe a couple elbows, get him against the fence, you know, just get him in that clinch like he did Derrick Lewis, and, you know, just throw them hands, man. Like, that's what he does, swing and bang. Let's go. But I mean, even Francis, like I said, he went in there with a whole nother technique of, you know, of wrestling. He's like, I'm not gonna look to punch, or I'm not gonna look to knock this guy out, because I think even Francis knew, and even his whole team, that's why they went in there with this technique of wrestling the guy, is that they're not gonna catch this guy. They're not gonna hit him. They're not gonna knock him out. That's not happening, right? And Francis is, I mean, dude is 10 times stronger than Tuivasa. Way stronger than Tuivasa. So if Francis isn't going in there looking to knock this guy out, then Tuivasa should be having the same game plan. I mean, not to say it's not possible. I mean, we all seen what happened last UFC fight, right? We all seen with the Usman and Edwards. I mean, anything can happen, right? It's a fight. But I mean, I would go in there definitely looking another game plan. His best bet is to get this guy in the clinch and hit him with a combo, because you're not hitting him with that one hit finisher. But yeah, if Ty wins this fight, I'm for sure that he's gonna get a title shot. I remember seeing the other day Dana White talking about it. He said maybe, he doesn't know for sure because Francis is supposedly still injured. But yeah, I think it's only right that Tuivasa gets the title shot against Francis, just because Ciryl Gane has already fought Francis. Now, if Ciryl Gane wins the fight, then yeah, we should get the second fight against Francis and see how that goes. But yeah, honestly, man, I don't see Tuivasa winning this fight. I mean, he's got the crowd against him. He's a big underdog. He's like plus 400. And Ciryl Gane, he's just too technical, man. You gotta be the best to take this dude out. And right now, standing at the top is Francis. He is the best. He's got the belt for a reason. switched up his whole fight technique to go and fight this guy Ciryl Gane and took him out pretty easy too, man. Like took him down a couple times. But yeah, it would be nice to see the upset. Like that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, Ciryl Gane is fighting in France. Like he's got the crowd on his side. You know, he's the favor, and the dude is just a better fighter all around. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, he's not just a wrestler. He can throw hands too, you know? And I see that happening in the beginning. But ultimately, Ciryl Gane, I'm pretty sure his game plan going into this is he's going to wrestle, right? He's going to try to take Tuivasa down. He's going to tire him out. Tuivasa is a little more heavier. He's bigger. So maybe he could kind of test his stamina and, you know, see how that works for him and go from there. But yeah, at the end of it all, I think that Tuivasa is gonna lose. That's my prediction. Tuivasa, I don't think he has enough to finish somebody like Ciryl Gane. He's just too quick, man. Too quick on his feet, and it'll be interesting still, though. I mean, that's just my prediction. Ciryl Gane came out. I seen a video yesterday. He said that it's really, you know, this fight's really big for him, being that, you know, they're in France, and he wants to definitely get a finish. I mean, what fighter doesn't? But he definitely wants to get a finish, he says, against Tuivasa or Tuivasa. I don't know why I get these UFC fighters' names wrong. I mean, if I'm saying y'all's name wrong, sorry, man. Y'all, these UFC fighters got some crazy names, bro. Like, it took me a while to learn a lot of these fighters' names. Like, even like Alex Volkanovski, which is pound for pound fighter now. I don't know if y'all knew that. Now that Usman got knocked down, lost the title, went in there and checked it a couple days ago, and Alexander Volkanovski finally got his name down. But Alexander Volkanovski is now pound for pound. Yeah, he's the pound for pound fighter, and top ranked. Let's go. But yeah, we'll see how that fight goes, man. Moving on, Robert Whittaker versus Marvin Vettori. I don't know how to feel about this fight. Really, I'm not that excited. This whole card isn't really stacked or anything. There's not a lot of good fights. Those are probably the only two fights that I'm looking forward to on this card. I'm pretty sure everybody is, but I'm not even looking that much forward to the Robert Whittaker fight versus Marvin Vettori. I don't see what's next for these guys. Like, I mean, let's see how it goes. You know, like, I mean, it'll be a good fight, right? It'll be a good fight, but I just don't see what's next for these guys. Like, what is next for these guys? Like, I'm looking at their division, and I don't see like who they can go after. Like, they both are 0-2 against Ciryl Adesanya. I guess they can fight Jared Cannonier. Maybe Derek Brunson. I don't know. I mean, you got Alex Pereira popped up out of nowhere, and he's climbing the rank, which I mean, we'll get into that later. But that's, I mean, to me, that's kind of a little unfair. He's already ranked number 5, which is crazy. But I don't see what's next for these guys, man. That division is really kind of soft. It's kind of, you know, throwing a little bit of spice into this whole division with Alex Pereira doing what he did to Strickland and just how massive this guy is. But yeah, back to Robert Whittaker and Marvin Vettori. I just don't see what's next. Like, I mean, I guess we'll just have to go from there. It's just like they both lost to Izzy twice. There's not a lot. I mean, do we put him against Izzy again for the third fight? Whoever's the winner, do they get a title shot again? If Izzy can even defend the title against Alex Pereira, we just have to wait and see, man. But there's rumors supposedly going around. This is from the mouth of Dana White. Rumors saying that Robert Whittaker wants to go light heavyweight. I don't see that happening, man. I hope that's just a rumor, because I do not see Robert Whittaker going light heavyweight. I don't think he can stand with those guys. I don't know, man. Them guys are just too big. Like, I don't even think he can take on a lower rank in light heavyweight. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not a real big like fan of Robert Whittaker. He had both his chances to take Izzy out. Second fight was really good though. He put up a fight, but he had both chances, and I mean, Izzy kind of made it look easy, you know. He took the first fight a little more serious. Second fight he didn't, but either way he still got the dub. And yeah, I don't really tune into a lot of Robert Whittaker fights. So I mean, I'll watch this one definitely leading up to the Ty versus Ciryl fight. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, about Izzy and Alex, dude, I mean, that's gonna be a really good fight. Like, I don't even know how to feel about this. I actually almost feel bad for Izzy. I don't know how he's going to win this fight. I seen a picture the other day that went viral of Alex Pereira standing next to Dominique Reyes. Dude, they said the guy was weighing at 226 pounds right now. I mean, the dude looks massive compared to Dominique Reyes in this picture. Like, it's just crazy that he's about to go and fight Ciryl Adesanya at, what are they, 185 middleweight? That's just crazy. Like, how are you going to cut 40 pounds down to 185? Like, it's just crazy that these fighters can do that. But, dude, the guy looked massive, just, like, cut, just huge. Like, he looks like he belongs in light heavyweight. But I know what he's doing. He wants to go in there and get that second fight. It's going to bring so much attraction, so many fans. I mean, it's going to sell out crazy in pay-per-view, right, against Izzy. He wants that fight against Izzy, you know. I'm pretty sure y'all know already with Alex doing the kickboxing thing. And when Izzy was in the kickboxing with him, he beat Izzy twice. So he wants to come after Izzy now that Izzy has held the belt for so long in the UFC. So that's going to be pretty interesting, man. I can't wait to do a video on that one. But yeah, man, that y'all gotta go check that picture out of Alex Pereira. Like, dude is like crazy looking, man. I don't see how Izzy's gonna win this. He just looks too big, and he made it look way too easy for on fighting Strickland when he fought Strickland. Way too easy. But yeah, other things going on in the UFC. Charles Oliveira, I seen a video. Charles Oliveira finally came out and spoke about this fight that he's got coming up against Ciryl. I mean, he sounds confident, man. And honestly, it's going to be a good fight, but I really think Charles Oliveira is going to pull through with this one. He's just gotten better over the time. The guy is just, he's really technical. Like, he's just another one of those fighters like Ciryl Gane. He's really technical. Like, he can stand with you. He's got a chin. You might be able to knock him down off his feet, but I mean, he's going to get right back up. And his jiu-jitsu is just too good, man. Like, you don't want to get on the ground with that guy, right? And that's just what Ciryl does. Ciryl's a wrestler. And I mean, I don't know if that's safe for Ciryl to get on the ground with him. You know, Charles Oliveira, his jiu-jitsu is too good. So I think Charles Oliveira will, that's my prediction, is I think Charles Oliveira will take off with that fight. But yeah, man, he was saying that he's promising a first-round knockout, which is pretty cocky, right? But yeah, he's promising a first-round knockout, and he thinks basically Ciryl isn't nothing, right? Ciryl made a video, came out and said he's training real hard, and that, you know, he sounds pretty confident too. So we'll see how that fight goes. We'll make a video on that one when that time comes. But yeah, Gilbert supposedly wanting to fight Masvidal. That's some big news. I think I've seen that a couple weeks back now, almost a month now. They've been talking about this. Supposedly they said rumors were that they had the fight set for September, but Jorge had some kind of low-key surgery. I don't know what he had surgery on, but that's why they had to pull the fight from September. That would have been nice. That would have been pretty cool if they would have put Gilbert and Masvidal on the Hamzat card with Nate Diaz. That would have been cool. But yeah, so supposedly the reason why that's not happening is because Jorge had some kind of surgery. But yeah, I think that would be a really good fight for Gilbert. I think Gilbert deserves that too, man, because that's a huge money fight. I mean, Masvidal's fan base is just so huge, and just being that, like, he's been in the UFC so long, and a lot of people come to watch Masvidal, that'd be a huge pay-per-view fight, just a money fight for Gilbert Burns. He just deserves it, man. He's just been fighting his ass off, and, you know, he's just been climbing up, even though he lost to Hamzat. That was a good-ass fight, man. Like, we need fight number 2, definitely. We need fight number 2. But, yeah, well-deserved. I think he should get that. Hamzat versus Nate. We're going to make another video on that. That's next weekend. Dude, I don't know about y'all, but I'm buying all the way in on Hamzat. I've been buying in on Hamzat before he started really blowing up. I mean, y'all see the shirt, right? I'm a big Hamzat supporter. I mean, dude, he's like the boogeyman in the UFC, right? A lot of people hate on him just because they say, oh, he's Dana White privilege. He didn't really fight anybody, and now he's already up there about to get a title shot soon. I don't know how that's going to go, though, being that Usman just lost the belt to Edwards. I mean, that got all stirred up. But, yeah, he's fighting Nate Diaz. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, when I seen that they announced the fight, I'm like, come on, man. Like, Nate Diaz, like, the dude's, he's a dog. Nate Diaz is a dog for sure. Like, top 3 in the UFC. The guy is like, you can't get this guy down. You cannot knock him out. His jiu-jitsu is like stupid, right? It's fucking crazy good. But, I mean, it's hard to knock Nate Diaz out. I mean, you're going to go toe-to-toe with Nate Diaz. which is gonna be, that's why it makes the fight so interesting. But I just don't see why they made this fight for Khamzat. I think Khamzat could have fought somebody else. I don't know. I don't really have anybody in mind. I guess I'd have to think about that one, but yeah, I just don't see why he's fighting Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz isn't, I don't even think Nate Diaz is ranked. Like, yeah, he's not even ranked in there. So I don't know. Yeah, but Khamzat's number 3, and you're fighting an unranked dude like Nate Diaz. I think Dana White, you know, the whole feud between him and Dana White, Nate Diaz and Dana White, the whole feud between them, I think Dana White just wants him out, right? And the only way to get him out is giving him somebody like Khamzat that's probably most likely going to beat this dude, and they want him to walk away from the UFC as a loser. You know, if they give him somebody else that he has more of a chance of winning against, not to say he doesn't have a chance to win against Khamzat, which he definitely does. You know, anything can happen. Like I said, it's a fight. But yeah, I think they want him to walk away from the UFC as a loser. They, you know, we all know Dana White doesn't like Nate, and Nate doesn't like Dana White. But we'll see what happens with that one. And we will make a video on that one. But I think Khamzat will come out there a lot smarter. That's one thing I want to put. One thing I wanted to throw out there, that Khamzat will come out smarter. I think he learned a lot from the Gilbert Burns fight. He came out there just thinking that he could just take anybody out. You know, he had confidence was through the roof, which is, you know, nothing's wrong with that. But the way he just came out there, you could tell that he was a little too cocky, being around Darren Till and stuff. But yeah, I think he learned a lot from that fight. He learned that he can get knocked down, and yeah, man, they just went blow for blow, and I think he won't do that this time. I think he's gonna play a little more technical. I know Khamzat has it in him. But yeah, we'll make a video on that next weekend before the fight. Another key fighter before we end this is Marvin, CHITO VERA. I think CHITO has really stand out. Like, he's one of those fighters that I think stand out the most these last couple months. Just because he's taken every fight coming his way, right? He doesn't say no to any fight. He's down to fight anybody. And he's taken everybody out. And not only has he took them out, he's crazy finishes. Well, that's what people want to see. People want to see crazy finishes. You know, head kicks, KOs, all that. Like, we want to see that. And he just took top-ranked guys out, and he's just climbing the ranks, you know, climbing the pole. And they're still not talking about giving this guy the title shot. I think he deserves a title shot, like ASAP. Like, right now, next fight should be title shot. What I also want to see is him rematch against Sean O'Malley. Dude, I used to be a Sean O'Malley fan. I don't know what happened to the guy. I'm not trying to hate on the guy or anything, but I don't know, man. Just the way the guy carries himself now, he's just not the same, you know? But he is a good fighter. I have to admit that. But honestly, man, I think CHITO has gotten so much better since he's fought Sean O'Malley. Like, he was already good then, but he's gotten so much better. He's fought top-ranked guys, and if he was to fight Sean O'Malley again, oh, man, he would dog this dude. Like, easy fight for him, easy. So I want to see it, but then again, I'm like, nah, like, let's see CHITO actually get this title shot. But yeah, let's end this podcast off of Usman versus Edwards real quick. I seen some stuff saying that that they were saying Edwards cheated, right? Because he was grabbing the cage. I don't know about y'all. I seen both fighters grabbing the cage multiple times. A couple of them got called, a couple of them didn't. But, I mean, to say that he cheated and that's how he won the fight is crazy, because he didn't win the fight. Dana White actually said this as well. He didn't win the fight grabbing the cage. If y'all want to say that he cheated and won the fight that way, I mean, that's pretty stupid, because he didn't win the fight grabbing the cage. He won the fight, you know, last minute with a crazy head kick. It's a fight. Anything can happen. So, yeah, man, that's it's pretty crazy that people are saying that. But, yeah, that was out of nowhere. Like, that was a shocker. Like, Usman had that whole fight easily. Like, first round, yeah, Edwards took him down. He controlled him that whole fight. I don't think Usman expected that. But other than that, the other 4 rounds, even the last round when he knocked him out, Usman had him. I don't know what happened. I don't know what was processing through Usman's head. But, yeah, he just got that lucky shot. He was able to throw the fake jab and get him with that head kick. Knocked out. Which is crazy to see Usman knocked out, man. I don't know about y'all, but that was crazy. But yeah, that's all we got for today, man. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. I appreciate it. Y'all go click and subscribe, like, you know, I appreciate it. Ballin in the Blitz.
We supply who buy. Walk in your trap and take over your drop. Walk in your drop, take over your drop.